It's 6:40 p.m., and you've had the kind of day that doesn't have a single dramatic moment in it. Just a slow leak. The email. The thing you didn't say. The thing you did. You unlock your front door. You don't even take your coat off. And before you've put your keys down, your dog is already there, not bouncing. They spent more time near their depressed owners, more physical closeness, and this is the part, they were less likely to purr. Think about what that means. The cat comes closer. The cat stays. But the cat seems to dial down its own energy to match the room, like it picked up that the loud, bright version of itself wasn't what this moment needed. It didn't perform affection. It just sat in the low light with you, not barking. A dog runs toward your sadness. A cat lowers itself to meet it. And this is the part where most videos would stop. Dogs and cats, mystery solved. But it goes so much wider than the animals on your couch. Take horses. In a study by Amy Smith and Karen McComb, published in Biology Letters, horses were shown photographs of human faces. Just photos. Some smiling, some angry. Just there. And the horses' heart rates went up for the angry faces. They even tended to look at angry faces with their left eye, the eye wired to the brain's threat processing side. A horse can look at a photograph of a stranger's bad mood and feel its own pulse rise. And then, pigs. Researchers study something called cognitive bias in animals, basically optimism versus pessimism. Is the glass half full? A stressed pig, raised in a bare environment, tends to expect the worst. A relaxed pig expects good things. But here's the finding that stays with me. When a calm, gentle human spends time with a stressed pig, just being present, being steady, the pig's outlook shifts, pressing his whole warm weight against your shin, like he's trying to hold a door shut. It starts making more optimistic choices. Your calm leaks into the pig. Scientists call this emotional contagion. Your feeling crosses the gap between species. It's not a metaphor. It's measurable. The animal next to you is, in a small chemical way, catching what you've got. So, back to your front door. Your bad day. Or maybe it's your cat. Your animal pressing against your leg. Does your pet know you're sad? Here's the twist. Probably not. Not the way you mean it. Your dog doesn't have the word sad. He doesn't know about the email or the thing you didn't say. Your cat has no concept of grief or Sunday night dread or the specific ache of being 34 and tired. They don't understand sadness. But that was never the question. Not really. Who normally ignores you until the food bowl situation becomes a crisis. Because here's what the nose study, and the crying door study, and the silent cat, and the nervous horse, and the hopeful pig are all telling us, in one voice, they don't need to understand it. They just need to notice that you've changed, that the air is different tonight, that the person they orient their whole small life around is not okay. And then they make a choice you make too rarely with the people you love. They come closer. They get quiet. They stay. Your dog will never know why you're crying. Your cat will never know what you lost. But tonight she pads over. But tonight, when you couldn't say it out loud to a single human being, something with no words at all looked at you, understood that you were different, and decided the only thing that mattered was to be near you while you were. Maybe that's not understanding. Maybe it's better. Sits, looks at you, stays, and you think the thing everyone thinks. Does she actually know? Or am I just a sad person assigning meaning to an animal who wants dinner? Here's the uncomfortable answer. The science says it's not in your head, but it's also not what you think it is. Let's start with the nose. In a lab at Emory University, a neuroscientist named Gregory Burns did something nobody had really done before. He trained dogs to lie still, fully awake, unrestrained, inside an fMRI machine. No sedation. Just dogs, volunteering, holding their heads steady so a giant magnet could watch their brains light up. And one of the things he studied was smell. Because here's what we forget. When you're scared, when you're stressed, when you're grieving, your body chemistry changes. You release different compounds in your sweat. You, the human, can't smell it. But the air around a frightened person is, chemically, a different air. Researchers collected human body odor. Ampoules taken when people were happy. Ampules taken when people were afraid. And they let dogs smell them. The dogs' brains responded differently. The reward center, the part that lights up for good things, behaved one way for the happy scent. The fear scent triggered something else entirely. More stress signals. More seeking out their owner. Sit with that. Your dog can smell the difference between your good day and your bad day. Before you say a word. Before you make a face. The chemistry of your sadness arrives first, and your dog already read the report. But smelling it isn't the same as caring about it. So in 2018, a researcher named Julia Myers-Manor ran a test that should honestly make you a little emotional. She put owners behind a clear door. Some of the owners cried. Some of them hummed, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." Same person. Same door. Different signal. The dogs whose owners were crying didn't just open the door faster, they opened it with their stress matched to their owners. The more distress the dog showed, the faster it pushed through to get to them. And there's an earlier study, out of the University of Lincoln, where dogs encountered a stranger and an owner both pretending to cry. The dogs went to whoever was crying, stranger or not. They didn't run to the familiar face. They ran to the upset one. That's not a dog reacting. That's a dog choosing. Here's why. Dogs spent somewhere between 15 and 40,000 years next to us. We didn't just feed them. We selected them. Generation after generation, the dogs who could read the human, who could tell when the human was angry, when the human was about to share food, when the human was hurting, those dogs ate. Those dogs survived. Those dogs got to have puppies. We bred a species to study our faces. So when your dog leans into your leg on a bad night, he's doing the one job 10,000 years built him for. Now, the cat. I have to be careful here, because cat people are about to get defensive, and dog people are about to get smug, and the truth is more interesting than either. Cats do notice. They just don't audition for the role. There's a thing in psychology called social referencing. It's what babies do. A baby sees something new and weird, and looks at mom's face to decide, is this scary or is this fine? The baby borrows the parent's emotion. In 2019, researchers ran this exact test with cats. They put a strange, unsettling object in the room, one of those weird oscillating fans with ribbons on it. Then the owner reacted. Some owners acted calm and pleasant. Some acted scared. The cats checked. They looked at the object, then looked at their owner, then back. Genuine reference checking. And when the owner was afraid, the cats were more likely to avoid the object and look for the exit. So your cat is reading you. She's just reading you for information, not for connection. You're not her comfort. You're her weather report. But then there's the harder study, the one that surprised me. A team including a researcher named Valentina Tetamonti looked at how cats behave around owners with depression. And the cats changed.